Man, it's about time that I talked about the Penguin because this is already a great show in my opinion, and I'm almost ready to call it maybe the best comic book TV show out there. I mean, it's up there. Definitely, it's up there. I think it's probably the best of anything DC or Marvel. I think The Boys is the only one that's kind of up there that maybe is ahead of it. But man, the Penguin, 4 episodes in, halfway through the first season, it is just a great show already, and I absolutely love it. And man, Colin Farrell is knocking it out of the park in this show. And yeah, coming off of the Batman, which he was in as like kind of like a side villain, side character, I almost wouldn't even call him a villain in the movie, even though he did the chase scene, which was great. But man, the way Colin Farrell just goes like just camouflages himself into this show. I mean, with help from like the fat suit or the prosthetics makeup he's wearing, but yeah, it's pretty unbelievable that that's Colin Farrell. So yeah, credit to the makeup team on that part. But yeah, the way Colin Farrell with his acting, he's great in this show. And yeah, and I love that they portray him as a bad guy. They don't try to make him good. Like he probably is the protagonist of the show because you're following him for the most part. I mean, the show's called The Penguin, but he's still a bad guy. He's doing some cold things in this show, like the way which he kills what's his name, like Sophia Falcone's brother, like yeah, I forget his name. Yeah, Luca Falcone. In the very first scene of the show, before the credits rolled, like the opening title sequence, you have the Penguin killing Luca Falcone just because he was like mouthing off, being kind of a douchebag. So yeah, it was a great way to open the show, and it was very surprising that this would happen to start the show. But yeah, he does like some other cool stuff, like killing the dude, like one of Maroni's men that he's kind of siding with, although he's probably looking out for himself. But yeah, like the guy they have in the basement of the Falcone mansion, just locked up right there because they want him to like spill some dirt. But yeah, we have the Penguin going in there and just straight up killing him while he's just laying there in bed trying to heal. So yeah, that's just like a cold moment, and it's showing you that the Penguin is not afraid to be like brutal. He will like kill if like need be. I mean, he was ready to kill Victor in the first episode. The way he just casually told Victor to just look out of the sunset while he was probably gonna blow his brains out. It shows you that he's brutal and cold, and he was gonna do anything that he needed to do. And yeah, Victor, or Vic as the Penguin likes to call him, he's a really good character as well. Renzi Flees. I think Renzi Flees is doing a really good job playing the character with his stutter and all that. And the way they go into his backstory in episode 3, where we see like the bombs go off from the Riddler, and when the bombs blew up the levees, I think in Gotham, and then the water spills in. Yeah, we see that, and we see like him and his family in his apartment, and I like that backstory. It shows you how he was affected by the stuff that the Riddler did, and how the water came in, and when he's out on the roof nearby, and he sees the water come in, and man, when in the Batman, when they show you the bombs going off, like they only show you like from like a distant. You don't really see it close up. You don't really see the effects it has on the city. But man, when they show you in this episode when the water comes in, and at first it takes out like a highway, like part of a highway, and then it goes in taking out like the building where his Vic's family is living. Man, that's just brutal. And yeah, they show you that like Vic is powerless in that moment. He has nothing he can do. Just before he sees like the water taking out like his apartment building, like it shows you how devastating and how much of a madman the Riddler was in the Batman. So yeah, it was a great backstory. I think definitely Vic is a really good character. I'm kind of wondering where he's gonna be at the end of this like show. He seems still like a pretty good guy. He's probably probably the only good guy or a good person we have in this show so far, at least of like the main characters. So I'm wondering, is he gonna be more of like a villain, maybe like a sidekick to the Penguin, or is he gonna be like, is the Penguin maybe gonna off him maybe in the like end of the season? Like I really don't want to see that, or maybe he tries to off him or something like that, but it just doesn't happen, and then Renzi or Vic goes more of like a hero route, or I don't know. That'd be crazy if what if like the Batman came in and made him like a sidekick. He turned into Robin or something like that. That's just something crazy. Because I don't know. I just don't see like Vic turning bad. So I kind of think maybe that could happen, or maybe we will see Vic break bad and become like a sidekick to Penguin, like he already is, but become like a more of a sidekick if the Penguin gets the power he's desperately trying to get in this show. So yeah, he's gonna be there because I hope I see him in the Batman. Hopefully, Colin Farrell wants to play him in the Batman because I've heard Colin Farrell he's kind of iffy on whether he wants to play the character in like his future like seasons of the show or like the movies. So yeah, hopefully we see him, but I understand with all the prosthetics he has to put on, like the fat suit makeup, yeah, that could be tolling on you. And let's go to Sophia Falcone, played by Kristen Milioti. Like she's kind of been one of my celebrity crushes throughout like TV shows and movies, because I remember back in How I Met Your Mother, and I think that movie, the Groundhog Day like type movie, Palm Springs. So yeah, just her with those like big eyes. I mean, I think she's gorgeous. And man, her playing Sophia Falcone, she is on another level in acting in this show because she is great. And yeah, she's great. And man, that backstory in the last episode 4, that was like great backstory where we saw her, of course, taking like the fall for her father's like killings, and her just learning that her father was responsible for these killings of these women, and also her mother, which she found hanging in like their room. So yeah, that's brutal. Just see her take the fall for that, and then having herself like getting sent to Arkham. Like that was definitely a brutal story because they showed her how she was like definitely innocent of those crimes, but she was kind of naive, and I wouldn't say she was clean because she kind of seemed like she turned a blind eye to her father's crimes. So yeah, but yeah, just her getting sent though. I mean, like she didn't kill those women, and yeah, just her being powerless in those moments. And it's great showing the change in personality she has from before she got sent to Arkham to after, because yeah, after she's definitely someone who's more cold, like the Penguin in the show. She's definitely cold and also pretty brutal. We saw what happened at the end of the episode. But yeah, this just to show that, and having her brother also stand up for her, being the only one that tried to get her out. And I like that they showed that, because in like the first episode they show you like him mouthing off, like I said, him acting like a douchebag in the first episode, and that's what gets him killed by the Penguin. But yeah, they show him in a new light in the 4th episode, and they show you that he really cared about his sister, and yeah, that he was the only one that tried to get her out, but he was unable to because he didn't have that kind of power. He didn't have the power that their father had. And it really shows you why Sophia is angry about her brother getting killed. And it was kind of surprising that they revealed it that way. It was the Penguin in the 4th episode. So yeah, second of the season, it's pretty much going to be Sophia versus the Penguin, or Sophia trying to like take him out. So yeah, it's gonna be something. I don't even know who I would be rooting for in the second half of the season. But yeah, but just her in Arkham, even like taking out the Magpie, who was like I think she was like a B or C list Batman villain. So yeah, she was in that prison with her, and yeah, kind of cold how she took her out, because of course she's angry about that. But yeah, Magpie wasn't doing anything to her. She was being friendly towards her. It was like the other woman that they were sending to try to take her out. And also Theo Rossi is there as a psychologist who kind of cares about her, but also is kind of creepy, which Theo Rossi kind of plays that kind of character in a lot of stuff, like Luke Cage or Army of the Dead. But he's a good character actor. It was cool to see him in there. But yeah, going to the end of the episode where she takes out everybody, pretty much everybody, like everybody who's an adult or is in power in the Falcone family, because yeah, they never tried to get her out except for her brother, and she took out everyone but Michael Kelly's character, which I'm glad they left him alive, because I like him as an actor. I like seeing him in the show, so it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna work together. And also Mark Strong playing Carmine Falcone here in episode 4. We didn't see much of him in the show yet, but for what we've seen of him, he's good. And I thought it would be jarring, him kind of coming in, taking over for John Turturro, who played him in the Batman. But it's not really. Mark Strong's a pretty good actor, like John Turturro. They're both really good actors. So yeah, just having Mark Strong come in and taking over, I think it's pretty good. And of course, he's not in like the rest of like the season, or he's probably gonna maybe come in his flashbacks maybe. But of course, the character being dead, like they're gonna have that much of him. So overall, The Penguin has been absolutely a great show so far. Definitely one of the best comic book shows that's come out. It just might be the best once the season finishes. So yeah, give me your thoughts on The Penguin so far. And yeah, do you think it could be one of the best comic book TV shows that has come out? So yeah, give me your thoughts. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Rabo out.